had, leading up to my absolute devotion to voting and sort of like, you know, knowing what I know now and had I known back then and so forth. You know, I guess my first memory related to voting and elections, maybe a bit more distant but still related to it, is, you know, coming over to this country as a refugee from Laos. I remember that my mom, my family, you know, really taught us to respect the country, to respect your teachers, respect the law, you know, don't talk back, don't get in trouble, you know, make sure you don't embarrass the family, you know, you want to do well, you know, do good and grow up and be, you know, get a good job, you know, take care of your family, be self-sustaining, so respect. And so I fast forward to today, and I think that my family teaching me to respect, you know, others and respect the country, it really that respect was necessary for me to then learn how to love my country, because if you don't respect your country or a person, you can't really love them. So I think that was the first ingredient to really loving my country, which leads up to my devotion to voting. The second memory I had was in high school. I think I was finally eligible to take my naturalization oath and the test. And I was just playing, I think it was ball or basketball with a bunch of other kids in our big apartment complex. You know, we were very poor. And I remember my sister driving up in a car and yelling at me, "Maifiny, get in." And I said, "What?" She said, "Just get in." And she drove me down to take the citizenship test, and I totally remembered I was so frivolous about it at that time. And even though, you know, me and my sister who did this, we ended up kind of voting oppositely and having different beliefs today, I remember that memory of her. And I'll always be grateful for her having taken that step that I didn't realize and appreciate at that time. So, but that sticks in my memory, is that I can't believe how, you know, I did not really understand the importance of, you know, becoming a citizenship and voting. But because that happened, you know, I am so much better for it, you know, today. And the third memory I have is, I think it was like one of the midterms, 2014. I worked late that evening. I got home like maybe at 7:30, and me and my boyfriend at the time, we had voted, but we had our ballots filled in, but he never dropped it off during that day. So I heard that the time was clicking at 8 o'clock, and I started to panic, and he was sort of like, "Well, you know, oh, it's okay, it's too late, you know, we'll just, you know, I know we did our best to fill it out, our ballots, but, you know, we just ran out of time." And I said, "No." I said, "Heck no."
Let's go.
And so I went and found the closest location, which was a couple miles down. I drove over there, and it was at this fire station, and they were just starting to close the garage.
Wow.
And I snuck in, and I said, and they looked at me, and I said, it's a mail-in ballot. And so they said, "Oh, okay, great, just drop it off there." And so, and the last thing, I guess my last point here, is that I remember that with voting, I think it's also equally important that you think for yourself, that you do your research. I grew up in a household that sort of like influenced me, but didn't really teach me how to teach myself. And so that's the last point, is that, you know, I think again, voting, if you love voting, you also want to love to vote based on your knowledge, not based on not your own knowledge, it's just other people's knowledge. So that's my devotion to voting. Thank you.